All right, hey guys. So now we're looking at 3-4, which is the equation of lines. So really, you can write out an equation of a line if you are given any of the following information. So if you're given the slope and the y-intercept, if you're given the slope and the coordinates of a point on the line, or if you're given the coordinates of 2 points on your line. All right, and you can do this by writing out in slope-intercept form, which is of the famous equation y equals mx plus b, or in point slope form, which is of the less famous but equally important y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. This is point slope form. So you have these two forms. You don't need to memorize which form is which, the name of it, but if you look at it, it pretty much tells you in the word what's going on here. So this one has slope intercept. Well, y equals mx plus b. M is your slope, y equals mx plus b. M is the slope, and b is your y-intercept. And remember, the intercept, the y-intercept, is where your function, where your line crosses the y-axis. So where it crosses the y-axis is going to be your y-intercept, which is b. Point slope form. Okay, well, you've seen this before. y1 and x1. So the notation for that is just a point. It could be any point on your line. So any point on the line, you can put here and here, and you can figure out point slope form from this equation here. All right, and again, m is just the slope of a line, and this one will, if you solved it, you can get it into this form to find your y-intercept. All right, so the first thing we want to do, let's look at example 1. Write an equation in slope-intercept form with the slope of -2 and the y-intercept of 4. Well, this is pretty easy. Y is equal to mx plus b. So you leave y, you leave x. Those are your variables that stay in your equation. But we want to replace m is the slope, and b is the y-intercept. So they literally tell us in the problem what each of these is. So then y is equal to -2x, which was what the slope was, -2, plus the y-intercept is 4. So y is equal to -2x plus 4. That is your equation in slope-intercept form. All right, if we're going to write an equation in point slope form of a line with the slope of -3/4, and it contains 8 and 1. All right, well, m is our slope, and m is -3/4. And this point, well, the coordinates are going to be x1 and y1. Those are the coordinates of your point. So x1 is going to equal 8, and y1 is going to equal 1. All right, so now we're looking at point slope form, so we just get our equation here and plug everything in. So we have y minus y1 is equal to m, and then the difference of x and x1. All right, so we leave y, we replace y1 with 1, and our m is -3/4, and then x minus x1, which is 8. All right, and if you wanted to, so that is your equation in point slope form. If you wanted to, you can convert this into slope-intercept form. So let's do that. Y minus 1 is equal to -3/4, and then x minus 8. All right, so you have y minus 1. You have to distribute to both terms in your parentheses. So you have -3/4x plus, because minus times a negative is plus. And so you have 3/4 of 8. Well, over here, this becomes a 2, and this becomes a 4. Oh, actually, I can go one more time. 1, this becomes a 2. And 3 times 2 is 6. Okay. Now, what we want to do is we want to add our 1 because we want to get y by itself. So add 1 on both sides. So now we have y is equal to negative 3 over 4 x plus 7. And if we were going to pull information from this, m is going to equal negative 3 over 4. And b, which is our y-intercept, is going to equal 7. All right, don't forget to do the independent work in class. Look over it and let me know if you have questions. All right.